everyone, how are you? I hope you all in a good condition. Here, me and my friend, we would like to tell you about English class. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Nely Faizah. So, let's get started. What is clause? So, here we go. Definition of clause. A clause is a group of words that are related and contains subject and verb as well. It is a combination of powerful words that can express a thought by itself. A simple sentence can be termed as a clause. For example, he cried. It is shining. You are clever. They are eating at a restaurant. She cooked pasta in the kitchen. The clause can also be part of a compound sentence which can consist of one or even more clauses. Some of sentences may have more than one clauses. Below are the example of two clauses. I waited for him, but he didn't come. Then, types of clause. There are following two types of clauses. First, independent clause or main clause. Second, dependent clause or subordinate clause. First, independent clause. An independent has subject and verb expresses a complete thought and can stand alone. For example, Priya brushed her lengthy black hairs. More than two main clauses can be fused by coordinating conjunctions like and, but, for, nor, so, yet, etc. Then the other example, Rahul laughed and Priya brushed her lengthy black hairs. Two independent clauses. Then Priya brushed her lengthy black strands while she waited for Rahul to leave. In the above example again, an independent clause, Priya brushed her lengthy black strands is followed by a clause that can stand alone while she waited for Rahul to leave. Second, dependent clause. A dependent or subordinate clause has subject and verb, but cannot stand alone. It always depends on other things in the sentence to express a complete thought. Dependent clauses can function in a sentence either as noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. And then noun clause. Noun clause is a clause that functions as a noun in a sentence. It is used as an object of verb, an object of a preposition, or the subject of the sentence. For example, that man told us how she could win. Direct object of the verb told. Then, what I want for lunch is a box of pizza. Subject of the verb is. I give it to whoever person arrives first. Object of the preposition to. Now you can see what is the noun clause connectors. What, when, where, why, how. When itu bukan ketika atau saat, tapi kapan gitu. Terus whatever, whenever, whether, if, that. Then noun clause connectors for subject. Who, whoever, what, whatever, which, whichever. Saya lihat contohnya, everyone can write a letter, whatever is told. Lalu yang selanjutnya adalah pronoun clause. A pronoun clause is always governed by the role it plays in its term. For example, they offered money to whoever presented ticket first. Here, entire clause is the object of the preposition. Lalu materi yang selanjutnya akan dijelaskan oleh teman saya, yaitu Ervica Yuniar Maulida. Terima kasih.
Hi, I am Ervica as a second presenter to deliver English clauses. Let's continue to the material. Function of dependent clause is adjective clause. An adjective clause is a clause that modifies noun or pronoun. For example, we're going to a beach that I like most. The adjective clause here modifies the noun beach. The plane that he was scheduled to take to Hawaii was delayed. The adjective clause here modifies the noun plane. Adjective clause connectors. There are whom for people, which for things, that for people or things. For the formula, subject, verb, adjective connector, subject, verb. Or subject, adjective connector, subject, verb, verb. For example, Jono made an appointment with the doctor whom you suggest. Jono as subject, made as verb, whom as adjective connector, you for another subject, suggest for another verb. For the second formula, the example is that girl whom Jono loves buys a new glasses. That girl here for as subject, whom as adjective connector, Jono as another subject, loves as another verb, and buys as verb. Okay, next, adjective clause connectors as subject. So here is similar like noun clause connector as subject, that adjective connectors as also subject in a sentence. Okay, the list of adjective clause connectors. There are who for people, which for things, that for people or things. The formula, subject, verb, adjective connectors or subject, and verb. Or the second formula, subject, adjective connector, verb, verb. For example, Jono made an appointment with the doctor who has been expert. Jono as subject, made as verb, who as adjective connector or subject, has been as verb. Second example, that girl who is beautiful buys a new glasses. That girl as subject, who as adjective connector or subject, is as verb 1, buys as verb 2. The last one is adverbial clauses. The adverbial clauses have two basic patterns in English, clauses and connectors. For example, when volcanoes started erupting and throwing lava in air, we went far away as fast as we could. I will try to cook before you ask. There are adverb time and cause connectors list. The left is time and the right is cause. For time, there are after, as long as soon as, before, by the time, once, since, until, when, whenever, and while. For the cause, there are as, because, in as much as, now that, since. For the formula, subject, verb, adverb connector, subject, verb. Or another formula, there is adverb connector, subject, verb, comma, subject, verb. For the second formula, don't forget to put a comma in the middle of a sentence. The example for the first formula, we can start the conference now that all the participants have arrived. We as subject can start as verb 1, now that as adverb connector, all the participants as subject 2 have arrived as verb 2. Okay, the example for second formula, now that all the participants have arrived, comma, we can start the conference. Now that as adverb connector, all the participants as subject have arrived as verb, comma, don't forget to put a comma. We as subject 2 can start as verb 2. Other adverb connectors, there are condition, contrast, manner, and place. For condition, there are if, in case, provide, providing, unless, whether. For contrast, there are although, even though, while, whereas. For manner, there are as and in that. For place, there are where and wherever. The formula is subject, verb, adverb connector, subject, verb. Or adverb connector, subject, verb, comma, subject, verb. Okay, the formula here is exactly similar with the formula before. Okay, similar with the formula in here. For example, Meisha went to school whereas her mom went to market. Another example, whereas her mom went to market, comma, Meisha went to school. Okay, it just switch the clause. So clause di belakang ditukar ke depan dan ditambahkan dengan koma di tengah.